Let's meet our speakers.
Using Powtoon.
Let's begin. Then the screen is yours, Ismail Hocam. You can.
Okay, thank you.
Your screen.
It's okay, I think, yeah.
Yeah, we can see it very well.
Oh, sorry.
It happens, it's okay.
Hi, dear colleagues. Hope you are all fine and welcome again. First of all, excuse my excitement. I'm a little bit excited. First of all, I want to thank Sethi Hocam for giving this opportunity to me. Let me introduce myself, but in a different way. Now, as you will see on the screen soon, there are some words and numbers. And by asking the right questions, you will get to know about them, okay? We won't waste much time, just do your best. Okay, who am I? So these are the words and numbers. So you can start asking questions. Start with the most difficult one.
The most difficult one. You have 34 cats.
No, I don't have 34 cats.
Sorry. Okay, any other guesses?
Yes, Rüveyda Hocam.
You have 2 kids.
Yeah, that's true. I have 2 kids, one boy and one girl. Okay, thank you. I have 2 children.
And there are some answers in the chat. Your age, says Eda Hocam. Gamze Hocam, yeah, you're raising your hand.
Gamze Hocam, yes.
You are from Izmir.
I'm not from Izmir.
Okay, you are from Muğla, as Hilal.
Yeah, I'm from Muğla. I'm from Muğla. Okay, thank you, Gamze Hocam. Okay.
And
by the way, I cannot see all the raised hands, so you can just ask, okay?
Yes, Nazan Hocam.
Okay, thank you. Ismail Hocam, did you start teaching in 2009?
Excellent. Okay, I started teaching in 2009. Okay. What else?
Ayşenur Hocam also made the correct guess. Yeah.
You work in Afyonkarahisar, Sandikli.
Yeah, Sandikli. I work in Afyonkarahisar, Sandikli. Okay. So what else we have? 34, Izmir, and Ismail Alper. Okay, any questions?
And do you have 2 children?
Yeah. We have already, do it.
Okay,
we have already done. Okay, I have 2 children.
Name is Ismail Alper. Already. Okay.
That's the most difficult one. Thank you very much. Yes, my name is Ismail. Okay.
And Hilal just says you're 34 years old in the chat box.
That's true. Okay, I'm 34 years old, and we have just Izmir, I think. Huh?
Do you live in Izmir? Asks Ayşenur Hocam.
I don't live in Izmir. No.
So you were born in Izmir then?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sethi Hocam. Okay, my name is Ismail Alper. I was born in Izmir, but I'm from Muğla. I'm 34 years old. I have 2 kids. I started teaching in 2009. I'm working in Afyonkarahisar district, Sandıklı. Okay, thank you very much. And so without further ado, let's get down to business. Okay, so that's it. Yeah. This was a picture that I saw in Erzurum training, and I really liked it and I wanted to use it in my presentation. Today's topic, as you already know, flipped learning. And in this presentation, I will try to give some general information about flipped learning. What is it? And what are the advantages and disadvantages of using it? And finally, there are some useful applications that can be used in flipped learning, and I will mention about some of them. So, okay, here we go. We have another activity. I am really wondering about, have you ever heard about flipped learning? Do you have any background knowledge? But instead of asking one by one, because I don't want to waste your time, we have a Menti activity. I'm sure you know Mentimeter. Okay, so there's a code here and I need to change my screen, so it's better to write that code. And I will also share as a QR code. Okay, so I want you to please go to menti.com and use the code 4123, you'll see it. Or another option is that you can scan this code. When you go to menti.com, there's a question waiting for you, and there are 3 options. And just choose the best one for you, and we will see what happens. Okay, so I need to change my screen. I hope you wrote it down because I want to see the results.
I'm done.
Oops, sorry. Okay, I'm going to menti.com. Where is it? Here. Present. Oh, you're so fast. Okay, these are the options. I definitely know what it is. I have some ideas, but I'm not sure. Excuse me, you mean flip-flops? Okay, let's see.
Flip-flops. Like that.
I have some ideas, but I'm not sure is. Okay, ahead. So just 1 minute. Let's give one more minute. 17% did it. 9, okay. Oh, I definitely know what it is. It's getting difficult for me. Don't know it, please. So how will I introduce it? Okay, 21. Okay, that's it, I think. So 7, I definitely know 7%. I definitely know what it is. Okay, 9, I have some ideas, but I'm not sure. And, oh, it changed. And I want to think this 5%, excuse me, you mean flip-flops. These are my target audience. Okay, so thank you very much. Okay, I'm going back to my, yeah. Okay, let's go. Here we go. What is the flipped learning in a nutshell? But do you know in a nutshell? Do you know the phrase in a nutshell? You got any ideas? Seti hocam, do you know it?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Shortly.
Shortly, briefly. Yes. Okay. In a nutshell, it means shortly, briefly. So it means flipped learning means turning traditional education on its head. So now, what is traditional education? Let's talk about it a little. Traditional education. You teach the subject at class and you give homework to be done at home, basically. But in flipped learning, what happens? In flipped learning, students get instructed or study some vocabulary on their own at home or outside of the classroom. This is the keyword, on their own, outside of the classroom. Okay? But how can the students make it? How can the students succeed it on their own? Videos, via videos, most of the time prepared by us, prepared by teachers. And this is also another pro that I will mention later. Okay, but the important thing here is that, okay, just create a video lecture and send it to your students and ask them to study some grammar points, for example. That's all. Is it flipped learning? No, it's not a flipped learning. There has to be something else. There has to be a continuum after that. So what should we do? When they come to class, you have to make the classroom time more effective. So this is the homework process. In traditional education, they could do their homework at home, but in flipped learning, homework has to be done in the class. So what will happen in this way? You will focus more on production, and students will engage more in content, and your classroom time will be more productive, basically. So yeah, as it says, you have to deliver the instructions online with lots of programs, with lots of applications, and move homework into the classroom. So this is the flipped learning in a nutshell. And I think Rüveyda Hocam will talk about it more in detail, I think. Okay. So yeah, of course, there are some advantages and disadvantages of this model. So let's talk about this. Let's start with pros first. The first one, students have more control over their learning. What does it mean? While viewing the videos, while viewing the content, they may pause the video. They may rewind the video. If it's not a video, for example, it may be a reading text, they can read it as many times as they can. They can take notes, or they can create some questions that can be done, that can be asked in the classroom. So they have their control. They have their own pace on the learning process. So this is the first advantage. The second one is anytime, anywhere access to digital lesson content. So it means, okay, if you have a smartphone as a student, and if you have the internet, you can watch it in your home, in your granny's house, at park, at the bus stop while waiting for the bus. So this is flexibility. This is another advantage also. And what else? It promotes more student-centered learning and collaboration. So this means students may have the opportunity to take part in pair works, group discussions when they come to class, because they have some knowledge before they come to class. And for classroom time, students, as I said, may take part in role plays, for example. As I said, pair works, group discussions. So there is more student learning and collaboration here. But what about the cons? There are, of course, some disadvantages using flipped learning. Let's talk about this. It can create a digital divide. What about poorer students? What should we do about them? They may not have the internet. They may not have even smartphones. So it creates a digital divide. And the second one, before clicking it, there is one disadvantage for teachers. What can it be? Any ideas? This is for students. But this one that I will click now is for teachers. What can it be? Do you know? Do you have any ideas about it? Rüveyda Hocam or Setenay Hocam?
Seda Hoca says.
Seda Hocam, yeah.
Yes, of course.
Seda Hocam, if you like, you can talk, but I can read your message. She says burden.
Okay. It can be a burden, a lot of work to prepare for the teacher, actually.
Yeah. It's like this, and then I will click now. Okay, I'm clicking it. It requires more planning and more preparation for us. You have to prepare videos, and not always your own videos, but you have to search videos from the sites, from YouTube, from TED TED Talks. So it will be time consuming for us, I think. And another, okay, veliler şöyle diyecek. Hocam bizim oğlan kalkmıyor ya bilgisayarın başından, telefonun başından kalkmıyor, bilgisayarın başından kalkmıyor. Modülleri için belki. So, time in front of screens is increased. This is another disadvantage. This is also important, and I think this is the most important one for teachers. Are my students really watching it? Okay, I'm sending it to them, but are they really watching it? Here, there are some options. When they come to class, you can make mini short quizzes, and you can ask a few questions to check whether they have watched it or whether they have read it or not. There are some options. Okay, now the last part, I think. there are some really, really useful applications for flipped learning. I think I have mentioned 10 of them, but while I was searching, I came across 40 or 50 applications. But as I said, I don't want to waste your time. Rüveyda Hocam will talk about maybe in detail. So let's have a look at them. One of them is Powtoon, as Setenay Hocam used just 5 minutes ago. Okay, the first one is Edpuzzle. By the way, these programs are useful for preparing the video content for teachers, and also students, when the students come to class, you have to create some activities as homework, and also there are some programs useful for that. Okay, so Edpuzzle, this is very useful for creating video content. While you are preparing your video, you can prepare some questions inside the video, both open-ended and multiple choice. There are some alternatives. You can check it later, I think. Clear Sketch, another useful program for preparing video content again. Loom, maybe you have heard it, for, again, to prepare videos. WhatsApp, of course. Google Class, that I like it. Padlet, you already know Padlet from e-twinning projects, I think. You can use it in flipped learning. Kahoot, we like it, Kahoot. Flipgrid, that's my favorite, I think. I learned it in Erzurum. Gamze Hocam da bilir. In Flipgrid, just I want to mention it about it a little. In Flipgrid, you create your class and you send the QR code to your students. For example, you ask them a question. Okay, students, tell me, what's your favorite movie type? So they shoot their videos, just 10 seconds or 15 seconds, and every student can see the other students' videos, and they have to make comments under the videos. So I think this is a collaboration again, and this is a student-centered learning. We did it in Erzurum, and as teachers, we even really liked it to use it. So maybe you can use it in your classes with your students. Flipgrid, Powtoon that I said earlier, and the last one is Genil.ly. You know it maybe. Okay, so time is running out for me. I have to take my daughter from my babysitter. And thanks for listening to me. Okay, any questions? Or I want to ask a question before I leave. Would you use the flipped learning with your students? Would you like to use it with your students? What do you think? Gamze Hocam, sen cevap verecek gibi duruyorsun.
Yes, yes, you know me. Okay, well, I work in a village school, so it's hard to use them, but we have some different options for that. But, you know, if I have, you know, if my students have a chance to reach more digital tools, I would help them to use those.
Okay.
I actually try to use, I'm doing my best, and I love it. So I use different options, like giving them some materials before their next class. So it helps them. Actually, I try to do that in my school.
Okay, thank you very much.
It was a great presentation, Michael.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ismail Hocam. It was really fruitful. Thank you.